Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Anurag. So, we'll start with the session where we are going to basically talk about what your prep plan should be, what your strategy should be for the next 8 months, April to November. I'm sure there are students at different categories, people who have started preparing, uh, and people who have already or are just going to start prepare. They're going to just start their preparation now. So what I'm doing is I'm going to break this session up. I'm going to break this session up into two parts. Hi, good evening, Tejaswani. Yes, long time. Okay. So I'm going to break this session up into two parts for people who have already started preparing in Jan or Feb and somebody who is going to start their preparation now. It could be Jan, Feb, March, whatever, but has started preparing for some time now. Hi, Priya. Hi, Tejaswani. Hi, Saloni. Pramit, Kriti. Okay. So let's break this strategy up really well so that you're aware of. So obviously I'm going to break it up, as I said, category wise. A lot of us are our students are here, so that will help you. Oh, Pragna saying missed you a lot. Oh, I'm here only. Don't worry, Pragna. You're going to see me a lot of recordings. I've been busy doing with a lot of recordings. So I'm hoping you're seeing those recordings, Pragna. Right? All the assignment questions and a lot of those things are coming up from my side. If you have the book recordings, everything is coming up. Okay, so category one, as I said, I'm going to break it up for students who have started preparing in Jan or Feb. Now, let's talk about each area. Quant, ideally, you have finished two modules. I'm talking about that category which has started preparing, finished two modules. Okay. Now, depending on whether you are a iQuanta student or a student somewhere else, that doesn't really matter. You would have most probably finished two modules, and within that module, one of them would be arithmetic and the other would be most probably numbers, or somebody would have done a little bit of algebra or something like that. Okay. Now, let's see what do you do for these modules and how do you go ahead. So, arithmetic is something I want you to keep revising. Keep revising this at least, bare minimum, I'm saying once a week. Minimum once a week revision of arithmetic. I'm not really concerned too much with numbers. Very frankly, not. Means if you look at the way CAT has gone, see, numbers was very important to understand concepts which you can use in arithmetic also and so on. Yes, you can revise. Numbers you can revise maybe once a month. I'm okay. But arithmetic is something which I wanted to keep revising once a week. Revise everything in arithmetic. Don't leave anything saying that, oh, I find this a little bit difficult, I find that a little bit difficult. Like time, speed, distance, go through everything. Don't make a excuse. No escalators bhi karna hai. Upstream, downstream bhi karna hai. And everything you have to do. Okay? They just think that will be too much. No, do you have that kind of time? I'm to saying revise arithmetic once a week. Because you also have to do new stuff, no, Tejaswani? How will you cover up the new algebra will come up? You want to revise verbal. If you have that kind of time where you're saying, I will revise one chapter per week, great. I'm very happy. But even I think once a week arithmetic revision. So when I say one, see, if you remember when we had spoken about how much should you study per day, then you're solving, we had discussed we should solve 40 to 50 questions of QA per day, right? We have discussed this. So we have spoken about 40 to 50 questions, right? We have said 40-50 questions karoge to अच्छी बात है. So when you're doing 40 to 50 questions per week of arithmetic revision, I think that is good enough. So please keep revising arithmetic. It is going to be the heart of your revision, means of your CAT quant paper. You finish arithmetic well, you do arithmetic well, get those 7, 8, 9 questions in arithmetic correct, and more or less you're close to 90 percentile. Okay, so please see that you keep revising on a regular basis. Arithmetic alone can take you to 85 to 90 percentile. Okay, arithmetic alone takes you to that kind of percentile. So don't really first finish arithmetic. Okay, numbers, as I said, keep revising once a month. It's good enough. No need to really stress yourself on it too much. From the next coming up areas, algebra is going to be very important. Geometry is going to be very important. Okay. As I have been saying so many times, all those who are waiting for geometry to start geometry on your own. When I say start geometry on your own, is at least know the basics of geometry. Okay. Start start geometry on your own. Know your basics of geometry really well. What do you mean by basics of geometry? Some basic stuff. What are the properties of triangle? कितनी properties are there triangle की? Today, if I just sit and maybe make you revise, I might be able to revise 20 properties of triangles. All angles, or basically, if all sides and all angles are equal, it's an equilateral triangle, scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, all the formulas for area of a triangle. 5 formulas for area of triangle के होते हैं. Do you know all of them 5? And so on, so on. Start revising these concepts. Okay. You can go through, as we have said for iQuanta students, you can go through the non-engineers QA module. You'll find a lot of stuff over there. Others can go through 9th and 10th standard textbooks, good enough for them. Just do geometry from there. Okay. So start revising geometry. Don't wait for geometry to start in class. Because once geometry starts in class, and if you're lagging behind in terms of your concepts, you'll have an issue. So that is why start geometry right now with algebra. So algebra will start now. With that, you start geometry. Okay. Now let's talk about the non-engineering students. The non-engineering students are going to find some part of algebra difficult. Okay, lot of people will say, sir ये क्या चल रहा है? F of x is equal to something something समझ में नहीं आता है. Lot of commerce students hate this f of x itself. They see f of x and they start leaving questions. Well, start getting used to it. Start solving slow, easy level questions, level A questions, and so on. But from algebra, even if you're not able to do everything properly, do linear equations carefully, simultaneous linear. Do quadratic very, very, very well. Last few years, quadratic has become a very important area. Then do inequalities. And then only if you are comfortable, do maxima minima graph. If you're not comfortable, it is okay. You can skip all this. Yeah. At iQuanta, we will also have your logs and indices in algebra. So this is my favorite area. My favorite area. I believe you can get 2 questions in the exam in CAT only through that area. Okay. So I think you should really work on these areas. That's how you will really improve. So ye sab kuch, this is your next, I would say this is more or less your next 1.5 month. Full April and half of May will be completion of algebra and geometry. So by mid-May, you should be here, right? At that stage, I would say 95% of your syllabus is over. Yes, there is modern maths left. We will have probability, permutation, combination, sequence and series that is left. Out of that, sequence and series is important. Others are not very important. By mid-May, I would say 90 to 95% of your syllabus is over. Okay. Remember that. That's how you will work on it. And please ask queries. You all can keep asking in the chat. I am looking at the chat. So whatever you'll have queries, we can keep talking. This is not a teaching session. You all can keep talking. I always say don't ask chats when I'm teaching in between. Right now is your time to ask questions. So if any queries you have, you all please ask. So this is how your mid-May will, till mid-May will look in quant. Okay. Now let's talk about how will my April to May look for DILR. Okay, now I think what has happened in DILR, if you have been preparing for 2 months, basics are done. Okay. According to me, the basics are done. Don't worry about the basics too much now. Now start solving cat level sets. Okay. You don't wait for anybody. Start solving cat level sets. Yeah. Whatever is coming in class, do that. Practice that. With that, you can also start practicing the assignment problems and everything. But good time to start solving cat level sets. Okay. We have the iQuanta book or the assignment questions or the practice questions. So Saloni is saying, sir, I'm not able to decode the full language in questions. Please help me. So Saloni say, I understand where you're coming from. A lot of questions ka language is pretty difficult. Okay. They purposely twist it around a little bit. So take an effort. Don't initially, Saloni, don't worry about how much time it is taking per question. First, try to interpret the question well. So, okay, I'll tell you what most of you will do when you'll do your homework. Whether I mean homework means practice. Okay. Y'all just read the question and try to apply what was taught in class. Think fresh. Whenever you're looking at a new question, think fresh. Don't immediately try to apply something. And especially in arithmetic. Arithmetic application is a concept, not a particular formula. Yeah, unless it is compound interest का कोई particular part है. Everything else, according to me, is a concept. Try to apply the concept and not a particular way of doing a question. Don't get stuck to a particular way. So I was seeing in the doubts ka, chat, I keep seeing sometimes people say, sir, can you explain this doubt in the way it was explained in class? Why? You need to learn to see different approaches. When I see an allegation question, I want to see whether every time is allegation good for it or without allegation it is better. In fact, last few days when I was solving some questions and which I made a video for, I realized that sometimes regular method turns better than allegation. Okay. Okay. So Anshul, I'll come to you. Just give me a second. So Saloni, I hope you're getting where. So every time, just don't try to relate a particular question in practice from what you have learned in class. Try to think fresh and say, okay, is this a fresh question? How will I deal with this question fresh from what I know in quant? Okay. So I know something in quant and based on that, I need to understand this topic. That's how I will look at it. Okay. Now, so thanks, Saloni. We will keep talking. I will come back again. I will do arithmetica revisers later and all that, but I'll keep talking about different approaches. So don't worry about all those things. So, uh, Anshul Verma is saying, sir, I'm in college now and there are so many topics to be prepared in arithmetic and still I got exam next week. What should I do? So very frankly, Anshul, you've got exams next week. You can't change that, right? College ka exams are also equally important. Your college exams are also equally important. We need to do a good job even there. So what we will do over here is that you can maybe take a 1 week break completely. थोड़ा सा साथ साथ में खाली, for all those who have college exams now, take a week ka break. Okay. Little bit, just do only 10% or 15% of CAT. Rest concentrate on college exams. What will happen? You will get time to cover up. Don't worry, because after college exams, what comes is vacations. And then when that vacation comes, you will use all that time which you have had, which you were going to college, which you were studying for college. All that time will come to CAT. And after that, we will do 120 to 130% CAT studies. Okay. So Anshul, don't worry some about it. Take a break. Do little bit 10-15% CAT. दिन में एक सेट कर दो कोई LRDI का. दिन में थोड़े फॉर्मूलाज पढ़ाई कर लो, थोड़ी कॉन्सेप्ट्स पढ़ लो, एक दो कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ लो. अभी वी आर पुटिंग अप अवर arithmetic का playlist. I think today we put up the first video. That whole playlist is coming up. Use that. I have been making that playlist kind of videos for the last 10-12 years. Those are the hit videos. Use them really well. Okay. Yeah, okay. So Anshul, I've answered your question. Pragna's got a very good question. Sir, in geometry, what topic should I start with? Start with basic stuff. Open up the 8, 9, 10 textbook. Other, if you're a iQuanta student, you open up the non-engineers QA module and start from there. But start basic stuff. इतना basic, पता है, what are triangles? Start वहां से शुरू करो. What are triangles? What's a scalene triangle? What's an isosceles triangle? What's an equilateral triangle? And then start breaking up. Okay, equilateral triangle has too many properties. What are the properties? What are the different properties for triangle? What's the area of a triangle? All angles का total 180 होता है. क्यों होता है? कैसे होता है? उसका क्या फायदा है? Exterior angle theorem इतना important property है. Obviously, then comes Pythagoras and Apollonius and all those properties. Start doing the basic stuff. So what I'm trying to say, Pragna, even if you spend, so everybody, and this is for everybody, not for Pragna, listen to this everybody carefully, 15 minutes of geometry, if you all do every day from, not every alternate day. If you do every alternate day, 15-minute geometry, no, you will thank me when the geometry module starts. Every alternate day, 15-minute geometry करो. तुमको जो पसंद आता है करो. ओके तुमको जो अच्छा लगता है. इफ यू वांट आई विल मेक अ टारगेट फॉर यू ऑल एंड से ओके चलो ये पढ़ाई किया मैं बनाता तुम्हारे लिए. लेट्स डू दैट. ओके Pragna done. Chalo, we'll do that. I'll start putting up on the app and I'll start saying, okay, have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done that? Let's do one or two properties every day in geometry. Every alternate day, 15-minute geometry revision. Okay, cool. This is my promise. I will start doing from tomorrow itself. Tomorrow, first 15 minutes ka work I will post. Okay, Pragna? Chalo, good. But then people should respond. Huh? If I start putting it up on the app or Facebook, wherever I put it up, people should respond. People should not say, okay, हाँ, I'm getting too lazy. I have other stuff to do. 15 minutes तुम आराम से निकाल सकते हो. So Anurag is saying, hi Amit sir, I want to know if there is some ways to be excellent in logical reasoning. Can you please tell me some tips? हाँ अभी मैं एक दवाई लेके आया हूँ. वो दवाई खाते तो लॉजिकल रीजनिंग बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है. Well, Anurag obviously doesn't work that way, right? We all need to practice. So logical reasoning and DI are only improves with practice. By the way, we've already gone to category 2. This is still category 1. Category 2 I'll still talk about. Category 1 chal raha hai. Only improves with practice. You can't do anything else without practice. Okay? Okay. So Sunny has already told us first video is live. Cool, Sunny. That's nice. So LRDI only improves with practice. I think this is the 4th or the 5th time I'm talking about on a video that you need to solve 4 to 5 sets every day. I made the assignment video ka solutions, circular arrangement, linear arrangement, and then some others I was making. I'm telling you, okay, the class which I took last week, I'm telling you such excellent topics, such excellent sets are there. Are you all really practicing them, thinking a little bit and practicing them? Please do that. These 4 to 5 sets every day is very important. And as I said, now you all should have already reached to that level where you're solving cat level sets. You should be already solving cat level sets. So how do you solve cat level sets? Okay. In fact, your first job can be start looking at all cat sets before 2008 वाले. Okay. कोई difficult थे, कोई बहुत simple थे, but you will just get used to it. So before 2008, there are some 7, 8 years, 5, 6 years के papers. कुछ 20-30 सेट है. तुम अगर रोज का भी एक सेट कर रहे हो तो 1-1 में हो जाएगा. Every day one set also if you do. One extra set, besides the पीछे 4 बोले उसके से. Every day one set of this type and you will finish those 30-35 sets. Okay. Now, Animesh is asking, should I go for CAT 26 with a 3-year gap, BCom fresher male? Why not, Animesh? If see, every year if you keep delaying, your gap will keep increasing. अगर इस साल नहीं तो next year और भी worst हो जाएगा. तो whatever you have to do, give it your best shot. If you have to really take CAT this year, give it the best shot and just see where it takes you. उसके बाद सोचा जाएगा क्या हो रहा है. आज मत सोचो कि वो मेरा गैप है, मेरा 3 साल का गैप है, विल आई गेट टू IIM, विल आई गेट टू NMIMS, विल आई गेट टू सिम्बॉयसिस, मैं क्या FMS पहुंचूंगा नहीं पहुंचूंगा, वो सब छोड़ दो. फ्रॉम अप्रैल टू मे बी नॉट इवन नवंबर, अप्रैल टू नवंबर तो कैट है, फिर जैन में जैट आएगा, उसके बीच में कहीं पे NMIMS आएगा और लास्ट में CET आएगा मार्च अप्रैल में. ओके, यहां से यहां तक तुम सिर्फ पुट योर हेड डाउन, keep studying, keep preparing and give all the exams well. You need 1 seat in one good college. You don't need 10 seats, right? Yes, there are students who will crack 10 seats. Obviously, they can go to only one college, but they will crack 10 seats. But you need one good seat in one good college. I've told this example so many times, so there is one very, I don't want to name the person because he's now a public figure. There is one very good startup in the medicine industry. The founder of that startup was my student. I remember this was CAT 2008. This guy had all the calls, A, B, C, L, I, K. उस जमाने में तो baby IIMs थे भी नहीं. The newer IIMs were not even there. So A, B, C, L, I, K, he had all the calls. And he gave all the interviews well and everything. अहमदाबाद का रिजल्ट थोड़ा लेट आया था. He literally had not converted anything else except Ahmedabad. He converted only Ahmedabad. मैं शायद एक आध बार में इंदौर या कोझिकोड कन्वर्ट किया था या शिलोंग कन्वर्ट किया था, आई डोंट रिमेंबर. बट he missed Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, everything. So you need one seat in one good college. Now, and it is okay if it is not Ahmedabad, it is Lucknow. If it is not Lucknow, is it FMS? Is it XLRI? Is it NMIMS? Is it symbiosis? That all will come later. But today, just put your head down on animation and start studying. That's my suggestion. Okay, Priya, you will just have to wait for batch 2 means, Priya, have you started studying or you're going to start studying now? The category 2 students, I will start up now. Okay. So, Enshik Pandey, I don't know your full name, but whatever. Let's call you Mr. Pandey. Pandey, Mr. or Miss, I don't know. Third year UG student here, and I am also have a IA file submission and final exam. Final exams will get over soon. That I'm not worried about. And I'll start my CAT preparation from April. I also have 2 offer letters. I also have a job now. How to manage prep. Now that I'll come to category 2 ka students. So just wait 5 minutes. Let me finish with category 1. Okay. ईशा सर एज अ बिगनर सर रोज क्वांट्स को कितना आज देना चाहिए. सो ये भी एक डिस्कस करते हैं कंप्लीटली फ्रेशर्स वाले के लिए. Okay, so let's go to category 2 students. Category 2 are those students who are going to start preparing now. Okay. Now, if you're going to start preparing now, first thing, ideally, at least 80% of your time should go to CAT. At least 80%. Okay. चलो मैं थोड़ा लीवे दे रहा हूं तो 75% to 80%. अगर इससे ज्यादा तुम्हारी लाइफ में और कुछ चल रहा है तो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. Okay, for people who will start preparing now, ideally you should be completely free, which means most of you all should be either have finished their graduation or kind of just taken a break from work. You should be in one of these categories. If you are working, I hope your work is not too taxing or it's not too overwhelming in terms of the amount of time needed and all that. So if you have finished your graduation, Just put your head down, look at 6 to 8 hours every day, maybe even 10 hours, and start preparing for CAT. I'll tell you what to prepare, how to prepare, कितना time किधर देना है, वो सब कुछ मैं बता रहा हूँ. Yes, Isha, we'll discuss that. Chalo, exactly what Isha is asking, we'll do that for Quant first. So, if you're looking for a job now, Pandey, start thinking a little bit. I'm not trying to demotivate you. Please don't get me wrong. You should start thinking, do you want to take CAT 26 or CAT 27? I'll tell you the reason also. Because if you're going to take CAT 26 with a job, are you sure you'll be able to cope up? Because new jobs, new first jobs होते तुम लोग भी काफी excited होते हो, थोड़ा corporate style structure है, जा रहे हो job पे, you also feel excited, you want to reach there on time, stay there till your boss leaves and everything. And then do you have the time for CAT studies? That's important. Ask yourself that. So then you should also start thinking, people who are taking up a fresh job should think between CAT 26 and CAT 27. People who are taking a new job, okay? That's my suggestion. Okay. Now let's talk about preparation. How will the preparation of Quant look like for people who have started fresh? We will start with numbers, obviously, again, because numbers will help you understand the basic stuffs. So numbers will be like, I think, 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks type. Numbers will happen. Again, as I have told the batch one also, same thing I'm going to tell you all also. Don't get overwhelmed by numbers. Numbers पढ़ाई कर लो. Numbers में से तुमने अगर group A and half of group B भी कर लिया ना तो बहुत है. Group C को तो touch भी मत करो. Numbers में से. Okay? So, ideally what will happen in your case is that the syllabus will move a little bit faster. We will do everything, but only thing the syllabus will move a little bit faster. So there'll be numbers, there'll be arithmetic. Your first 1.5 month will be this part. Your first 1.5 month will be this part where you'll be doing numbers and arithmetic. Start practicing साथ में. Don't wait for anything. And that is why I said you will need 6 to 8 hours of studies. 2 hours live class, 2 hours application class, then assignments, and then maybe the book, and so on. So many, means between this only, I'm saying per chapter, there are more than 90 questions. Radhe Krishna, please don't spam. That's great. That's a great attitude, Pandey. But I will be very happy if you're doing it. And if you're an iQuanta student, I'll help you any ways you can. You can always get in touch with me and I can help you any ways you want. But as I said, it's a difficult call. And if you're ready to take it, that's great. I'm happy. Okay. So this is your studies, live application assignment book. Okay. How many questions should you do per chapter? Now, this might be a repeat for a lot of old students. So you all can just hang on. Maybe you missed it earlier discussing with me and all that. So normally I say, यहाँ पे 20 questions होते हैं, यहाँ पे 20 questions होते हैं. So 20 plus 20, 40 are done. After that, assignments or book, one of the two you should do. So you should do after these 40, you should do 40 more questions per chapter. That means you have to do 80 questions per chapter before you move ahead from one chapter to the other. Why not? 12th standard के से नहीं, बहुत टाइम है. तुम पहले IPM या कुछ कर लो. Sagar, you'll have to check with somebody else. I will not be able to tell you about this. So Kriti is asking, sir, I'm a working professional from the CAT from the past 10 months. How long do I cope with CAT prep? Sagar, as I said, you'll have to speak to somebody else, to one of our counselors. They might be able to help you if we have something. So I'm saying, so Kriti, I didn't understand your question. How long do I cope up with CAT means? If you haven't started preparing, first thing, start preparing. Don't wait. Just because you're a working professional doesn't mean things will happen on its own. Remember, everybody on the day of the cat has to write the same test. So things don't become easy or difficult for somebody. Okay. So remember, start working hard. Kriti, you should start preparing immediately. Now, 80 questions per day is what per chapter is what I recommend for students. Now, if you're a completely free student, that means in April, you have finished your college or you have just left your job or whatever, your target has to be one chapter per day. I know it's a little bit more, but it can be close to one chapter. Some difficult chapters you can keep 2 days, but otherwise you should keep one chapter per day ka target. Roughly 30-35 chapters hote Quant mein. So you will, by 45-50 days, you will have a chance to revise everything. Yes, there will be other areas also happening, but if you do 4 to 5 hours of one chapter per day, you will get, so that is why that 8 hours will help. So now just let's imagine you're studying for 8 hours a day, just giving an example. Your day can be 4 hours of Quant, 4 hours VA. Second day, 8 hours में से 4 hours Quant and 4 hours DILR. That should be your 8 hours. That is how your 8 hours will ideally look like. Okay. So basically, अगर तुम 2 दिन काम कर रहे हो, टाइम एंड वर्क पे काफी क्वेश्चंस ऐसे पता है, A and B work on the day 1, then A and C work on day 2, वैसा ही हो गया ये. So at the end of 2 days, you would have studied 8 hours of Quant, 4 hours of VA and 4 hours of DILR. Ideally, this will complete one chapter, so definitely. Okay. 4 hours of VA. यानी अगर मैं आधा घंटा भी पकड़ू एक आरसी को, even if I count half an hour per RC, then this is at least 8 to 10 RCs. And same goes for DILR. Initial DILR sets are not half an hour. They are smaller sets. So maybe 10 to 12 DILR sets. Okay. As you will go ahead, the sets will become difficult. They will become a little bit more time consuming and so on. Kashmi 33, are you in college as well as starting to prepare now, or have you already prepared? Okay, so you'll have to keep answering the questions which I asked to the specific people. So Kashmi, please answer your question. So 10 to 12 DILR sets. This is 2 days ka work. Every 2 days, if you keep doing this, even if you do this for 6 days a week, 7th day can be just like a recap. कि भाई मैं एक बार रिकैप कर लेता हूँ मैंने क्या सब कुछ किया ये हफ्ते में. मे बी लेसर आवर्स, थोड़ा ब्रेक लेके थोड़ा रिफ्रेश हो जाओ वापस मंडे के लिए. मंडे टू सैटरडे सीरियस स्टडी, संडे को थोड़ा सा कम पढ़ाई एंड कम बैक अगेन. दिस इज फॉर पीपल हु आर कंप्लीटली फ्री. प्लीज डोंट अदर्स डोंट अडेप्ट टू दिस. एंड देन यू कम बैक टू दिस एंड से ओके मंडे से वापस फ्रेश. Okay, I'm also going to Tejaswani and all those students, Saloni and all should wait because I'm also going to talk about mocks. When should you start taking mocks and all? Okay, so recommendation for VARC, I'm not a very great exam. My recommendation for VARC might not be great. I will wait for Shabana ma'am to give you some recommendations what to read and all. But start reading in general. That will always improve. But besides that, I don't want to give anything very specific right now. Okay, now. So this is how you will start studying for all fresh students, people who are starting to prepare from April. If you do this, I'm telling you by June, you will be neck to neck with the students who have started earlier. April, May, June, latest by July. By end of July, you will be neck to neck with everybody else. Okay, that's very, very important. If anybody can do this 8 hours for the next whatever April, May, June, July, so roughly 120 days. 120 days into 8 hours is 960 hours. If you do this 960 hours, if you do 900 hours also, I'm telling you, you'll be very, very good. You will thank me in August, September, October because that is the time your mocks will be there fully. So Kashmir, if you already started preparing, I already spoke about them, what they should do. और उनको मैंने मार्च में भी काफी अच्छा डिस्कशन किया था कि what is their study plan, how to divide it. For them I was saying 4 to 5 hours a day. People who have already started studying earlier, I've given them 4 to 5 hours a day. Breakup is same. 4 to 5 hours a day, 2.5 hours for quant, 2.5 hours for verbal, and second day DILR. वैसा ही. So nothing changes. Your ratio has to be 2-1-1. If you spend 2 hours for Quant, 1 hour for verbal, 1 hour for DILR. That is how you should be looking at it. Now, for category 1 or category 2, when should you start writing mocks? Now, people who are starting in April will come for a shocker that your first practice mock will come very soon. Remember, this is a practice mock. What is a practice mock for? I'll tell you why we keep practice mocks. We keep practice mocks because we don't want you to waste your actual mock. Okay? So write the practice mock very seriously. Before the practice mock also, I will make a video or I will take a live session on how to attempt a mock. Okay? I will definitely make a video or Connextry depends on how long is it. If it's a 1 month type of internship, I would suggest you take it. See, if you work from 10 to 9, Kriti, and if you haven't started preparing, very frankly, prepare for CAT 27. If you have a 10 to 9 kind of job, and if you are preparing for CAT 26 fresh now, very late. Then you should have started preparation in December. If you have that kind of job. Okay. Practice mock will come very soon. So you need to start writing mocks very, very seriously. April, May, and June, you will write together approximately maximum 5 to 6 mocks, maybe even lesser, but maximum 5 to 6 mocks. In these mocks, I don't want you to worry about your score. Don't worry about what percentile, what scores. Socho bhi mat ye sab. Just keep writing. Okay. Sagar, I will come to you also. Okay. So 5 to 6 mocks you will write in April, May, June. Don't worry about too much where to start preparing from. Means कितना score आया, मैं ये एरिया में weak हूँ, मैं वो एरिया में weak हूँ, मत करो सब. Every mock को अच्छे से analyze करना. Look at the video solutions. Learn from the video solutions every time and go ahead. Every mock के साथ I will talk about how the mock should have been taken. What were the easy questions? What were the difficult questions? Why did you miss out? Your main job with every mock analysis is very simple. My first criteria is, did I miss out on any simple question? If you miss out on any simple, Radhe Krishna, you should not start. I told you also you should first prepare for IP Mat if you're in 12th standard. Batch 2 will start with numbers. Priya, I already said that. Okay. So analyze karo har mock ko seriously, take it seriously. Okay. And don't worry about whether syllabus is over or not. Yes, the students who start in April can maybe start writing mocks after May. But my first batch students, Jan batch ke students will start mocks immediately. Okay. So don't waste your time at all. The others, people, first category ke students will start mocks immediately. Category 2 can wait a little bit time. Okay. So Sagar is saying, sir, I'm doing self-study. Can you help me grow in Quant? Okay. iQuanta has helped me a lot to grow in Quant. That's great, Sagar. So what do you do with DILR? Sagar is saying. So Sagar, DILR is something. So if mocks start, you have to start the mocks. Don't wait. Yes, you should write sectional. I'm not saying no, but if the mocks have started, you should start the mocks. Okay. Now, next thing very important for you is going to be is how do you improve your weak areas? As you will keep writing mocks, now you will realize I'm weak at one area and I'm not weak at, I'm good at one area and so on. So that all improvement ka things will have to come up. Okay. So pay attention. How will you improvise your weak area? Achha, by the way, even before we go ahead, all the boys and girls, guys, IPL will come every year. This is the 19th year of IPL. Okay. So it's there literally for as many years as you are there. And it will remain also for as many years as you will remain. It will come every year. If you don't watch it for 1 year, I don't think so life will change. Now, whether that's IPL or whether that's something else, you all have to decide, do I want to spend 2 hours every day in the evening wasting time on such things? Okay. So Kanakshri is saying, I've been preparing Quant since January. What about LRDI? So Anurag, you should start mocks with. So Anurag, I'm assuming whichever class you are with, whether I don't know whether you're an iQuanta student, whether you're some other class ka student, you should start the mock as soon as you are ready. You should tell yourself that I will start the mock with the class. Yes, unless, as I said, if you're a category 2 student, you'll have to wait. Okay. Maybe category 2 means people who have started their preparation in April. Then you wait till May end and then start your mock seriously. But now we were talking about how to improvise your weak areas. How do you improvise weak areas? You need to go back. Go back to, as I say, go back to the drawing board. Go back to that particular area. अगर जैसे most common weak areas, time, speed, distance is a very common weak area. Logarithms is a very common weak area. Functions is a very common weak area. Inequalities is a very common weak area. Remainders is a very common weak area. To improve a weak area, your job has to be saying, I will solve 40 to 50 new questions of that area. Whether I will solve them from uh, practice material, I will solve them from whatever, some new material. The others, there'll be IIM ABC batch. For somebody, there'll be the book left off, whatever. But 40, 50 new questions. Remember, new is the important word. You will never repeat questions, okay? So Kanak, you have to start. This is one common mistake which lot of students make. They think that मैं एक एरिया पहले कर लूंगा, जैन से कॉन्ट शुरू करते कॉन्ट कर रहे मजा आ रहा है बिकॉज शायद स्कूल कॉलेज में कॉन्ट में अच्छे थे, तो यू स्टार्ट लाइकिंग कॉन्ट एंड यू कीप डूइंग दैट एंड देन यू रियलाइज ओ एलआरडीआई तो रह गया. ऐसा नहीं चलता है. Every week you have to study every area equally well, as I told you, in the ratio 2:1:1. अब तुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? Some days you'll have to change this ratio for yourself. This is only for Kanak. Maybe you'll have to study 1 hour of quant, 1 hour of verbal, but 3 hours of LRDI, and practice a lot more LRDI. And LRDI, there is no rule that you have to start from here and start from there. Okay, normally LR mein arrangement is an important area you should start with. After that, very frankly, there is nothing much to teach. Start studying, start practicing, you will start getting a hang of things. So Kanak, I don't advise that you should study one area. Now, as I've told you, this is what you should do. It's okay. Nothing is messed up, Kanak. We are only in the month of April. You would use the word messed up if you were in October right now. Okay? So don't worry. Have the confidence that बहुत अच्छे से होगा ये सब कुछ. Okay, Kanak? Are we clear? So never do something like that oh मैंने पहले पूरा quant कर लिया अब मैं पूरा LRDI करूंगा. Doesn't work. Every week study quant, verbal, LRDI, everything equally. Give everything equal importance. Yes, you can have a favorite area. Nothing wrong with that. Like obviously, if you all know me, I will have always quant as my favorite area. Means blindly. For me, quant is blindly a favorite area. Because if I was to say, actually write the CAT today to get admission to one of the IIMs, I would be hoping to score 100 percentile in quant and maybe 99 or something in LRDI and then 94, 95 in verbal. And that's how I would work towards it, right? But the whole idea is that you have to work hard towards your weak area also. You have to learn to manage your weak areas. Cool. Now, everybody remember, I don't want anybody to be feeling bad during their mock-up phase. That mock-up phase, when it comes on, when people don't get good score, people start feeling, oh, is it possible? I'll tell you, I'll give you examples like crazy. People who haven't scored a 90 percentile even in one mock, coming and scoring a 97, 98 on the day of the CAT. So don't worry about all those things. So we will all stick to the plan. We will all keep working hard. We'll give it a full-fledged effort. वो पूरा effort जो देना है वो हम पूरा देंगे उसके लिए. Cool? Now I'm waiting for queries. If people have queries, by then you'll just have to give me 1 second. I'll be just back in 1 second. You all can have your queries now. If people have queries, please go ahead. Okay, doesn't seem like too many queries. Great. Maybe I did a very good job. I did a very bad job, whatever you want to call it. Akshay, why not? 8 months are pretty good enough. If you're studying regularly, I think it's a pretty good enough time. Joined iQuanta coaching couple of months ago, but I have due to health, I have backlog classes. How do you current do the? So what you can also do if you really have a lot of backlog, no journey of follow, then what you can do is you can also start looking at only uh, this. What do you say? You can say that I will start with a new batch. Good night, Anurag. You can also think of starting with a new batch. There's nothing wrong in that. I don't know why this thing is not working, but it's okay. Okay, good night, everybody. Then we will keep meeting. We'll keep. Yeah, you can ask them and you can maybe shift to the new batch. That'll be good for you. Any book recommended for DLR? You can pick up any book from the market. But today I would suggest there is really a lot of free stuff available on YouTube. Book is not needed. YouTube पे इतना सारा free stuff है ना. Don't worry so much about it. Sagar. Okay. Then bye everybody. Good night. I am here for 2 minutes more if people want to ask some queries. You're most welcome to ask. So Sagar, if you're a self prep student, तुम 2 या 3 channels को subscribe कर लो अच्छे अच्छे channels को and keep studying through with them. That's the best way to do. Remainders theorem, cyclicity is very important. वो भी last digit का, last 2 digit का नहीं. प्रज्ञा remainder theorem के basic questions अच्छे से कर लो. That's the major tip. The tip is do only the basic questions well. Don't get into the very difficult one. But Priya, that will come through practice. How many practice questions have you done? Besides, see what happens in live class. No, in live class, Priya, you all are just observing us. You all are not really solving. Whether it's a live class or application class, I've noticed students have a habit, they just keep observing us. But what about the practice part where you are solving alone? ये क्या होता है ना वो कोचिंग में सब अपने आप अच्छे से खेल लेते हैं बैट बॉल पे आ रहा है बॉल उधर ही मार रहा है अच्छे से आ रहा है बट व्हेन यू गो टू द ग्राउंड टू प्ले द मैच इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट सो दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रिया स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग मोर Kriti, first thing is when you get stuck, no, you have to. So I have mentioned this many times. First of all, always, if possible, start those questions ka practice. जिसका video solution available है. And then when you see the video solution and you can tell yourself, okay, यार ये video solution मुझे पूरा देखने की जरूरत नहीं है, मैंने 20% वीडियो देखा, मैंने स्टॉप किया वहां पे और मुझे वो क्वेश्चन खुद आ गया. दैट इज हाउ यू विल लर्न, बिकॉज इफ यू सी द होल वीडियो ना, द क्वेश्चन का पूरा मीनिंग इज ओनली लॉस्ट. सो नेवर सी द होल वीडियो इनिशियली. Always see the video, pause the video, try to solve the question on your own, which is a very, very important learning. Okay, Kritikara, that's for you. Okay, I think that's it then. Good night, everybody. Cool. Should we end the session? Bye, everybody. Prachi, let's start working hard. Now, the only suggestion is that you're a college student and you are also preparing from April. The only thing you can see is start working much, much harder. Okay, for the ones I promised geometry से कल से be ready. कल से मैं 15 मिनट का geometry का काम दे रहा हूँ. Every day 15 minutes geometry on the app or on Facebook, as I promised, I will give you. Why not, Prachi? Life has just started for CAT students. Why are you thinking so much? Okay. Bye, everybody. And nobody has any basics of geometry. We are going to do fresh geometry. So एकदम fresh geometry की तरह देखेंगे उसको. So Kanak, I told you that if you feel the internship is really good and if it's a 1 month kind of internship, do it. You don't get these opportunities in life. I think they are really important in today's world. Internships and all are really, really important. Okay. Bye, everybody.